It is hard to believe, but I have been wearing barefoot shoes for over 1 year. That's right, January 12th, 2020, I posted my first video about barefoot shoes, and it all started with these. Water shoes? But that's not the very beginning. Let me back up. It started with a phone call, a conversation with my brother-in-law. That's the one.
Someday you'll be as cool as I am.
It was a phone call in which he told me about this thing that he loved called barefoot shoes. And I had no idea what they were or what barefoot shoes even meant. And he told me that he loved to do everything in them. If he could wear them all the time and never wear conventional shoes, he totally would. Before I gave barefoot shoes a try, I was very skeptical. I did research. I watched videos and I read articles. I wanted to know, is this thing legit? And I got enough information to make me want to go farther and dive in. And at the time, I thought barefoot shoes and water shoes were effectively the same thing, flexible, very thin sole. So I started with these, water shoes. This was my introduction, cheap, it was like $21 or $26 on Amazon, and bam! I did everything that I could in the water shoes. I went for runs, I went hiking, I went to church, I went everywhere except for work, basically, because I work in an office, in the water shoes. And when I told wifey what I was planning to do, I think she probably thought I was crazy.
Yeah.
Satisfied that this was something that I wanted to experiment with further, I bought the bullet and I bought some real, quote-unquote, real barefoot shoes, and I ended up with these, the Mesa Trails from Zero Shoes. Not wanting to do things halfway, I wore them everywhere. I went on hikes, I went on runs, I went to the Oregon coast and got my feet totally soaked in seawater, which is how the ribbon that holds the shoelace in snapped, but aside from that, they've held up great. I think it was at this point, having worn both the water shoes and then worn the barefoot shoes, which are so much nicer to wear. So if you're like, I just want to play this cheap and just do the water shoes, that's awesome. If you want a more comfortable experience for your shoes where the shoe isn't sliding around on your foot because the upper is elastic, opt for something like Zero Shoes or get a water shoe that has a more firm upper so that we are not getting this, fishy shoe action. But that being said, I was really excited about it and I had a dream. The dream was simple, to transition fully to barefoot shoes. There's a couple of things in the way. One, I had a bunch of perfectly good conventional shoes. Two, I wasn't convinced 100% that wearing barefoot shoes was exactly preferred. And three, I work in an office, so I wanted to have nice shoes. But I knew this would take time. I wanted to use up the shoes that I had and slowly transition into barefoot shoes as my feet adjusted to the new footwear. Today, I am one step closer to achieving that goal of being totally transitioned into barefoot shoes because I just leaped over the office hurdle. These are the Gobi Desert 2 boots from Vivo Barefoot, and I've had them for 2 days. First impressions, they're awesome, they look nice, and they fit in with my dressy attire while still giving my feet the comfort that they need for 9 hours on the job in these. It's awesome. All that's left is that I need to replace my skate shoes, I need to replace my rain boots, and I need to replace my winter hiking boots. And then I will be completely transitioned. I plan to make a video soon talking more about the why behind wearing the barefoot shoes, and I'm really excited to do that, hoping to present some good reasons for wearing them. But for now, that's it for today, folks. Thank you for watching. Bye.